Hey, we are back with another episode of our new solo self-found hardcore Paladin. Looking for some updates since last stream. What have we done? Well, as you know, at the end of last stream, I was camping my shiny brass shield and my Taskmaster earring. So I've got one brass earring here actually equipped, and then I had two more that I turned into my silver amber rings here. So I actually only need one more earring, and then we will go back to Blackborough and work on rusty spike shoulder pads. Let's actually pull this guy over here if we can. I don't know. I know there was an EXP bonus over the weekend. I wonder if that's still in effect. It was like double rares, double EXP, or not double, but enhanced. So it was really nice. It was a good opportunity to work on the Taskmaster, especially because he's flagged as a rare mob. So it helps him, helps us get that earring a little bit faster than we might have otherwise gotten it. So yeah, we'll get that rusty spike shoulder pads. Then we'll probably go to Unrest until I want to say like 21-ish. We'll go to Steamfont Mountains. We'll do our Karen toy quest there because Nilitim's contraption I want to say is like level 20, 21. Once we have that, we'll probably get the Gorilla Hide Mask while we're there from Lord Gongo. I think we can solo him then. Then probably just back to Unrest. And we'll do Unrest to like 35. On Mangler, we'll have pretty much the whole zone to ourselves, so a very good time. A great Conad. It's so weird, this happens to Crushbone sometimes. If a mob's like right on the threshold of gray, it'll still aggro you. The crappy thing is you do not get EXP for it, so. We are 33% into 15 now. We should be able to get 16 tonight. Oh, we are still getting a bonus, so that's awesome. The bonus won't really help us at all with our Blackborough stuff because the item we want drops from it just drops from a null commander, which is going to be not a rare. You know what I mean? It's just a rare drop from a static spawn. I'm probably gonna get the Slaver to add when lull wears off. If I pull this guy all the way back into the corner, a lot of times Retlon here will put a damage shield on him. It's really inconvenient. So we're gonna try to avoid that if we can. There's the run. Here's the add. Man, this guy is really taking the streamlined approach. We're gonna get a bunch of ads here. In the interest of time, I'll probably just zone this off. Yeah, still in CB. We just need one more Taskmaster to drop an earring. He's like 50-50 on dropping it, I want to say. So it shouldn't be terrible to get it. We just killed the placeholder. We'll zone this off. We'll come back and kill a Slaver, etc. We'll be good. The thing I'm most torn on is working on Bloodforge armor. I think it's going to be a real hassle to do the quest. You've got two rare mobs in an open world zone that you have to camp, and then you're kind of like pulling the slot machine lever on the loot. We only want the helmet. Any piece is good except for the breastplate, basically, but we really would be doing it for the helmet. I'm not. I got to go back to BB in a little bit. Once we get one more item here, I have to go back to BB. We just had a weird level gap. You know, we got the spike collar at like 12 or 13 in BB, and the spike shoulder pads that we want, we can't really get until 15, 16 because the comps are just a little bit too strong for us to solo, and they're the only mobs that can drop them. But it was the perfect time to come work on our Taskmaster earrings and our Shiny Brass Shield, which we did. Whoa, Siphon. Coming in early with that gifted sub. Thank you so much, dude. Cool. Thank you, and congratulations on your new subscriber badge there. So Zythan, I was looking. I'm probably gonna get a stream deck. I actually had never heard of one until recently. Someone was like posting their stream setup, and I was like, man, I've noticed that a lot of people have this weird box, this little tablet by their streams, and apparently it like lets you call up scenes and a lot of transitions really easy with like a one button press. Yeah, I'm gonna start messing with one of those and see what I can do. I won't really roll it out, like I said, until the new year probably. That's crazy. You know, I've never seen the mod view, so I don't even know what it looks like. You should send me like a screenshot one of these days. Nice. Did you finish it? Or are you still working on it? And that's a shaman, right? I need to buy spells too. I haven't really updated my spells since I came out here. I'm probably missing a bunch of stuff. I don't think I have any spells that are like critical for today's stuff, so I probably won't do it today. I'll get it between the streams. Pants. Dude, get out of here. The Greycon mobs that still aggro are the worst. No benefit, all cost. Just clear it all out. Are you doing that on TLP server, or are you doing it on P99? Hey, Jesse, yeah, we're almost done. We just need one more earring and we'll be out of here. Dude, don't run. You've got like a ton of backup here. Come on. This guy is moving. No belts. Okay, on TLP. Are you on Airdoom? Once we hit Unrest with this character, the run will really take off in terms of speed, I think. You know what's weird? I think I was already doing Unrest at this point on my human Paladin. For some reason. I don't know. I'd have to look at what level I started High Pass. The UI is Draka Chrome. I like it. It's relatively minimalist. Nice, smooth UI. Yeah, it is nice. I'm so glad that this Centurion didn't just beeline into the wall here and then glitch up the whole side here. Alright, we have a Legionnaire, that's good. No repop yet. This is perfect. You're like almost done now, I think, Kalul. Getting there. Hey Jolly, thanks for the follow, man. Yeah, the UI is nice, especially when you get it set up. Some of the pieces are a little bit hard to move around. Like the place you have to click to move this target bar is actually like way up in the corner here. There's a barely perceptible buff thing that you have to be clicking. The best thing you could do is like target yourself with a buff on and you'll see where the edge is. See mine are like here. You just have to put a pile of buffs on to be able to see it. Finally wrapping up my Thanksgiving celebration pretty much. I'm gonna have to start working off these pounds now. I probably gained like 3 or 4 pounds since Thanksgiving. Chase, it's nice, you know, like it's just so, I don't know, like TLP is like very light compared to P99, you know what I mean? Just feels a lot easier. All right, there's our Taskmaster, boys. Pop one heal and roll in. See if we can lull him. Just get a little bit closer before we have aggro. Back him up here. Perfect. You know, a bunch of times that I've done this, I've seen him dual wielding. Oddly enough, I don't know that he actually uses them. Like he's actually, you know, hitting you with them. But I've seen him hold 2 whips. Jolly, I lulled just so I could get in closer and initiate my attack without him attacking me first. It just worked out that I was able to bash him on that intro hit, which got me an extra attack round or 2 in. What's going on, Leafy? Good to see you, dude. Gotta pull out all the stops. Hey Beef, SSF HC, so it stands for Solo Self-Found Hardcore. I've got a little blurb here. Yep, Zythan hooked you up with it. Hardcore, of course, I delete my character if I die. Solo Self-Found means I don't group ever. All my gear comes from mobs I solo, items I craft, quests I complete on my own. I don't get buffs from other players. That's kind of the gist of it. I don't think I'm missing anything. And like, if I buy things from vendors, it has to be their default stock. I don't buy like items that other players have sold to vendors. What's going on, Matt? Dino, good to see you, dude. Big Dino in the house with his server first P99 Druid Epic. Look at that. Our luck is good tonight, folks. What is this just leather? We'll take it. You know what? I don't even think we need to... No longer need to be in the zone at all. Just origin out. I know, dude. Deleting characters always sucks. Matt, by the way, it's good to see you in here so early. I feel like usually I don't get a chance to see you in chat until we're like almost done. I see you jump in the chat and I'm like, all right, time to check the time. Bye, Limestone Ring. It was nice knowing you. I don't think there's anything in here I care about saving, so I'll just... I think I need 2 of these, so no sense in holding on to those. Same thing there. All right, we're good. I should buy some food and drink before I bounce. The best use for these shackle keys, like, because the quest gives terrible experience, of course, right? Oh, buy spells while I'm here, duh. What, you got a Twitch notification? That's crazy. Do you guys remember a couple months ago when Twitch would just randomly unfollow you from people? That was pretty sweet. Hammer of Wrath, that seems new. Holy Armor, oh yeah. Ward Undead, thank you very much. Good for now. Holy Armor's a big one. I remember this taking like a huge chunk of my mana. Not so bad, really. Man, being a dwarf has its perks. All that extra wisdom. I think I have like 20-ish more wisdom than my human did. Somewhere in that range. Gnome, what's going on, dude? Good to see you, buddy. I could buy 100 milk. I'm not ready. I don't know how much is 600 copper? Is that like 6 plat? I think it's cheap. 6 gold. Oh my gosh. Too bad rations are still 20. What we'll do is we'll get berries in North Canos at Sneed Galways. Oh, you made a human pally. Human pallies are so cool. They just look dope all the time. Halflings are nice. Would I say that? Yeah, I would say that. Honestly, I'm a huge believer that, like, not just in hardcore, but like, I believe that every day is what you make it. You know what I mean? Like, if you went outside and got struck by lightning, I'd be like, well, I suppose you shouldn't have been standing in that spot. One of my big rules that came up a lot in the first run, you'll probably hear me talk about it a ton since you're watching that video series, is like, if I die to a bug or an exploit or something, I still count it. And there was a time, and maybe in like the first 6 episodes, where I was like in Blackborough and I had this huge train on me and my character just got stuck in the ground. Like, I couldn't move. And I almost got killed. I literally think I made a rewind macro on the spot and just spammed it maybe like 4 or 5 times and got out. But yeah, and you know, it's not to say like you're bad if you die or you did something dumb. Everquest is such a long game, and there are so many risks around every corner, and you never know exactly how the rolls are going to be. You know what I mean? You could have just really bad luck, and you miss 3 rounds in a row. So it could happen to anybody at any time. That's just part of the fun of all this, that risk. The bottom line with hardcore EverQuest is no matter how good you become and how vast your knowledge is, how great your gear is, you always have to respect the game. Because the moment that you get cocky, that's when it reels you back in. I remember when oh no, that's the wrong portal. Damn. I remember when I didn't realize that weight impacted your falling damage way back in the day, and I did this thing where I was almost, all I remember is like I turned all my plat into copper, and I thought it was like hilarious that I had so much copper and it slowed me down. I was like barely able to crawl. And I got on this little stump and I jumped. I just jumped off the stump and I fell for like 600 damage and died. I could, I guess, but I wouldn't. I'm gonna stick to strictly like classic Kunark-ish content, personally. Dude, that's classic EQ. That's like peak classic EQ right there, no? Hey, Gnome, I saw one of the action figures pretty cheap the other day. I saw the Dark Elf Wizard, I want to say, with the spider pet for like 30 bucks or something crazy. And that's usually one of the slightly more expensive ones. So I think someone already bought it. I was kind of hoping it was you. Burnberry? Oof. Glad I didn't accidentally buy that. Dude, I swear this guy used to carry just like normal berries. The rodent, so basically they added this terrible quest to every starting city. Oh, you know what, dude? No, come back. He could drop Fippy's paw. It's actually good. It's a good item for me right now. The rodents are basically this terrible quest that is in every starting city, and you turn in like 4 rodent whiskers or whatever, and you'll get 1 faction with most of the city. I think it's really just there as a rudimentary quest for new players and a way to help fix faction up if you mess your faction. But it would take you forever because you get 1 faction per turn in. If you remember when I was trying to do the faction for the Bull Smasher, I was doing like the little clockwork ones in the city. It's the same quest line. It's funny because that quest is what I always look for. Whenever I make my, like if you're messing around on like EQ, EMU, just trying out random servers, you know what I mean? That quest is my barometer to see if the server probably sucks immediately. If I log in and I see the rodents walking around, I'm like, okay, they haven't put a lot of time into like removing the out of era content from this server. Because it's literally the first thing a new character sees. Was it the one with the earth pet? No, it wasn't. It didn't have a pet because the pet one is the mage with the red robe. This is like a green robe and a staff of the wheel and a huge brown recluse spider. good question. I assume that Shaman get summon food, right? Because I think all the Beast Lord spell lines come from the Shaman, except for like Beast Lord specific things. Yeah. So that's why. I really want to finish this 2 drink and 2 food. It's like triggering my OCD. Yeah, mages summon everything. Right. Why? Yeah. Why don't Paladins get it if clerics get it? Devs hate Paladins. If you're playing an MMO and you're playing the favorite class of Brad McQuaid in that MMO, your class is gonna suck. I don't know why. I love Brad, but like his favorite classes were like Ranger and Paladin, right? Because he couldn't be a War Wizard because that didn't exist. And look at what happened to those 2 poor classes. Meanwhile, Shadow Knights got all the love. All right, no one is zoned but us.
Can't have you going soft on me, boy.
Ah, okay. Yeah, dude. I saw that, I was like, maybe I should just buy a second one. Like, the price is so good. An elite null guard, I don't want to fight that. For whatever reason, it seems like the mage is the most affordable one. Right, yeah, $20 is a really good price even for that. Like, usually if you see it cheap, it's like 30 bucks, you know what I mean? So 20 is really good. I was actually given this gift over the holiday. This is the Everquest 10th anniversary book. It's really good. If you can find a copy, anybody out there, I recommend you check it out. It's got all the OG concept art and a lot of really great interviews. Yeah, it is one of the more expensive ones for some reason. Like, all the other EQ books are pretty cheap, except for this one for some reason. What I would definitely say is don't buy it on Amazon, because it's like crazy expensive on Amazon. It's not 100% new, but it does look like a book that someone got and then like never did anything with, you know? I read it, you know, over the holiday. It was really nice. I really enjoyed it. It was one of the better EQ books I've gotten an opportunity to check out. Let me update my goals here. Boom. That's a good deal, No Mercy. Do you have, there's 2 other books, right? Can't think of, well, you know, obviously Rogue's Hour. Everyone knows that one. What is the other one? Look behind me really quick. Blood Red Harp. I heard the Blood Red Harp is actually one of the really good ones. What's going on, Magic? How you doing, buddy? Oh, we got Manon of the Sabertooth in there. It's gonna be so sketch. Whoa, whoa. No Mercy, thank you so much for the gifted sub. Welcome back, Magic. And here you go, the gifted sub from No Mercy. Alright, we got 2 lulls in. We'll get this con first. Yeah, man, is even con. We might get a resist here. Alright, we're in it. I could see this elite guy adding anyway. Sir, please aggro me. That'll be a perfect split pull. Yeah, Rogue's Hour was good. There was a weird part where they, like, at the end, they summon, like, Draco Lich to Kanos or something. Hexed, hey, how's it going? I don't know how to say the last part of your name, unfortunately. Heresy Arch. Dude, this Null Commander is, like, showing me the business right now. Heresy Arc. Alright, Hexed Heresy Arc. Good to see you here. Hope you're enjoying the content. Wonder what our plate is. 21 hours. Some of that is like, you know, AFK time, but that's not bad. Right, that Bane Strike. So now we're starting to like run away with this. These mobs have the opportunity to be pretty spiky. You know, like he can hit for 25 plus. Yeah, like this. Here you go. So he just had a round where he did 42 damage. That's pretty spiky, but most of the time he's not doing anywhere near that. What I really would like him to not do is walk through that door in the center of this room. But I think he's gonna do it. Bash. Okay, we've got to run. Straight through. What's up, dude? When I was a kid, I was so obsessed with that door, I wanted to know where it went. Like, even though it's so obviously it's just right between those two things, as a kid, I was convinced there was some secret there. You know what? Right now, this might be an upgrade for me. Ready? Let's watch. 134, 150. Oh, it goes down. Okay, whatever. I thought the agility would be a bonus because I'm under 75 agility. Yeah, I'm building up a collection. I've got most of what I want. Dude, I can't wait till I get root, right? You know what? I should have a thing where I can just like, you know, people can do like exclamation mark collection and see the pictures of my full EQ collection as it existed a couple of days ago. Right now there's a thread on FOH where I have most of my stuff posted. I wonder, can I stand close enough to Manon of the Sabertooth to pull him through the wall? No, first we gotta kill the guardsman before we can even find out. Oh, okay, yeah, we talked, dude. Your collection is awesome. You've got a very nice collection. So, Lord Nurgle, I recently acquired the last remaining action figure that I need in the mail. Yeah, if you haven't seen Hex collection, check it out. Hex, I'll give you permission to post links in here, otherwise it'll just delete it. The last one that I was way too far. The last one that I was missing was actually the Ixar Warrior with the kite shield and the bladed Thulian claws. I know it's like a weird one to be my missing one, but I have the you know, I have the one where it's got all the like the little bad guys all in one. I've got the Shadow Knight that was like the Toy Club exclusive, and I have the Heretic that came with the Froglock Ghoul. And those were like the, you know, the ones that were harder to find-ish. All right, low. Easy. Elites added. Guard. Is this a Greycon guardsman adding on me? Get out of here. Dude, my swimming skill is not there. I don't know what's up with all these grays adding. That's been a feature on this server, but I'm pretty sure it didn't happen on Iridium last time I played on TLP. So I don't know what the deal is. Yeah, I'm interested in seeing it again, Hexed. Shaman dots are sick now, especially in these early eras. What I can do is pull these all the way up to the top and then use that as basically a split. Get a few meditation ticks in. See, they're doing this thing now because I'm sitting. Every mob they run past is aggroing, even if they're gray, which is another thing that used to not happen. All right, there we go. The permit didn't last long enough. There you go. There's another permit. Yeah, it really does suck how expensive the action figures are. I remember they used to be like pretty cheap back in the day. Like I think the MSRP was like $10. It's a bad place to be. The EQ servers have been upgraded into a more affordable model. And that has resulted in some like strange mob behavior. In this case, you'll see that like if no one's in the zone, the mobs are not really doing anything. Like I'll zone back in and they'll be pretty close to the zone line again. Zoning is not like feign death. Like if I hit the zone line, traditionally a mob will immediately pivot back and begin doing whatever it was supposed to be doing otherwise. It wouldn't just stand there at the zone line like this. You know what? I probably could have timed that for right after they ran around the corner and just got man in solo since he was kind of in the back. Can I split this up at all? All right, they're nice and split now.
You are now listening to Usaki.
Which vinyl did you end up getting? Yeah, your collection looks really nice. I love that you bought some of the old magazine articles and, like, you know, got them framed like that. That looks great. Your gold edition tin looks pristine. All right, where's my guy at? Oh, did Manon... So there's like a pathing bug that can happen here where they'll just warp down. I probably like popped him down there. Oh, I guess not. Relull him. Relull him. Yeah, the original EQ box is nice. It's also huge. It's bigger than you expect, even knowing that it's like a big box game, you know what I mean? Very fat, bigger than the other expansion boxes and stuff. Decadrona, thank you for the follow. All right, so they're gonna go this way. Am I gonna have any opportunity here to split this out? It's very questionable. If I maintain line of sight when Manon goes across the doorway, that won't work. Got them both. Oh well. I'm gonna fight this. See what we do here. We have LOH up. Almost full mana. And there's like no risk of ads here, so it's actually kind of like a relatively safe spot. See, Mana's gonna hit for 27. I think max hit 27, maybe 28. Which means he can... Oh, no. It might be 30. He might be able to swing for 30, which means he can have a 60 damage round. An uncomfortable amount of my max HP. Minutes left on Holy Armor. From general chat and the yellow text, it looks like Pop's pretty good, Hex. It looks like it's pretty dang good. Let's see. The other day I jumped in general chat was like, I was in like general chat 3, which is kind of rare. So there's 44 people in new players and there's 400 in general chat base. So there might even be a general chat like 1, you know what I mean? But probably not much more than that. Loot this. All right, we're going to heal. Yelp in 3. Yep. Get one more bash. Heal. Oh no. Cast it on him like an idiot. Yeah, dial-up internet would suck. Hey, Long Hoss, how's it going, dude? Oh, that was you with the spiders? That was so funny, dude. You know what's funny? When you forget about TLP being weird, the first time you go to use LOH, you almost die. Because it's not like an ability like it is on every other Everquest server ever. It's an AA now. So you have to like go, even though you're level 1 or whatever, you have to go into the AA window, find it. It's not super easy to find. And dig it out and then use it. So if you were waiting till like 20% and you're like, oh, time to use LOH, like it's too late. Better strafe. Hey, Dr. Lumberjack, thank you so much for the sub, dude. Hope you're enjoying this compelling null slaying content we have here. Bad loot, named mob, only turquoise. It's the Thanksgiving bonus is still running, Zython. I'm not sure when it ends. It's like a 50% bonus. I will be right back. All right, I'm back. I thought I heard my daughter getting upset upstairs, but she's just hitting that age where she's trying to like talk. She doesn't know words yet, but she's trying to talk to you. And so she's actually just having a very animated conversation with my wife. It would make sense. I expected it to end like around noon today, but I'm not complaining, right? Still here. That's awesome for me. Zero, she is 3 months. 3 months and change. Brewer? No, guardsman. Thanks. Yeah, thanks. She does not sleep much. Well, you know what? She sleeps a lot, but she wakes up frequently, which means I wake up frequently. Let's see what we have over here. This guardsman's probably blue. Yep. It's probably just an elite down there. It could be like a split pod refugee or the null high shaman though. Just gonna kill this guy. Yeah, we're waiting for 4 months. That's what we read. That, you know, there's a million different ways to do it and all that, but the books that we've been reading have been recommending you wait till 4 months. Soon. Yeah, every day is like a new adventure pretty much. Things that worked the previous day, not guaranteed to work ever again. She does this awesome thing right now where if she's crying, one of the things that will make her stop crying is if you do squats with her while you're holding her. Needless to say, I am burning off any of my COVID weight. Oof. Respawned already, right? Null Shaman. Gray. Maybe he won't add. Yeah, that'll be good. You know, we're looking at getting a glider. I hear they're pretty good. It's okay, I need to get fit anyway. Yeah, we're gonna move this guy to where he's not getting healed. Alright, Null Guardsman, you wanna add, it's your funeral. Man, Zaide, you weren't kidding though. I didn't even have to use LOH. Playing on P99 and the Alchemy project and stuff has made me like more cautious. On that first pally, I got to a point where I was like, Redcon? We'll try it. Only 3 to 4 levels higher with LOH up seems doable. Yeah. Dude, the stat differences between the human and the dwarf right now, it's almost like someone just came and gave me a piece of armor from Temple of Vishan. You know what I mean? If you were to look at just the difference in stats, minus the charisma piece. Like if we took charisma totally out of the equation, I've got like 15 more wisdom, 23 more strength, and 5 to 10 more stamina. TLP really does spoil you. The first time you go to P99, it's kind of like, whoa. Especially you, Matt, because you're playing in Field of Bone, which is like, you know, it's always kind of a dangerous zone. It's not like leveling in West Freeport. Hey, that's awesome, Dr. Lumberjack. I'm glad to hear that. What, are you in a guild on Airdoon? Like, are you raiding and stuff? Just casual. I think that is the ultimate way to play Everquest. Casually. I've said many times, group content is where Everquest is at its best. Another elite in there. Falling behind on my spawns here. Well, you know, it's not because I think that's the best way to play EQ. I just can't help myself. I don't get to make the decisions here, you know what I mean? Every server, I quit EQ. After Agnar, I was like, I'm permanently retired. Then I came back. It'll be interesting, Zaide, I think, when we do like the server launch race on the next TLP server that comes out, because we'll do it like live on Twitch, and so we'll see a lot of people come talk trash probably. In between the launches, there's like a lull, you know what I mean? It's mostly positive, but when you're like in there and everyone's back, there's a lot of trash talking. Ooh, Socho. Man, we're getting to see all the named. Right? Someone recently made a post saying that I got carried. I got carried to server first 50 on Airdoon. That was a good one. I'm very fortunate to have been carried in one of the top groups on Lockjaw, Agnar, Airdoon, and Cello. I can't wait till I get one of the better lull lines. I don't think it is still going Sicarius. There's a lot of stuff in there that like I could respond to, but there's no point because I try not to respond to like people posting on like random new player accounts, you know what I mean? LOL. Zero. Yes, having a static group is like the most critical part of getting level 50 first, that's for sure. But there's, you know, dozens and dozens and dozens of static groups representing hundreds of players on any given server. What happened here? Look at that. That was a nice round. I'm losing. Just having a static group, having done at least a little bit of practice so people aren't rusty, having a plan so you don't have to be like, should we go here, should we go there? We haven't finalized our group plan yet, but I mean, they're just gonna have to be, you know what I mean? But you know what, I should pop this up so I don't die. Wait, no, here it is. Can I kill this guy? Okay, yeah. Yeah, we'll expect some level of griefing. I don't think anyone cares about getting first like super hard, you know what I mean? I'm usually the one who's like pushing that the most. That's drama. Totally. Don't want to reveal who's in my static yet, but I have some really awesome levelers in my static. Not yet, Zero. But we, you know, at this point, we just expect them like clockwork. Sometime between March and May. I would like this Null Guardsman to not aggro me. We're gonna go med up in the poop room. I should have bought bandages with my 30 plat. We'll probably just get like another Finny clone. There's a small chance that we'll get a Cello clone because Cello will be wrapping up around that same time. I wonder if they'll try the GM involvement scam again this time. Zero, it's usually a lot of mages. Each one we changed a little bit. Let's go all the way back, right? Lockjaw, my group comp was 5 mages and a cleric. After Lockjaw, we did Agnar. Agnar was cleric, enchanter, shadow knight, necromancer, mage. After Agnar, we did Cello. Cello was cleric, enchanter, monk, mage, necromancer. And then Eridun was our most finely tuned one, I would say, which was cleric, enchanter, necromancer, mage. 01, thanks for the follow. I've seen the GMs, I just don't, you know what I mean? Like, there's no point in having GM enforcement if the GMs like don't know EverQuest and are only arbitrarily able to enforce the rules at best and can't detect things like automated gameplay or boxing effectively. That's the problem. LOL. Look at you, Matt, calling them out. Cello clone, I think, would be a lot of fun. I don't know that I probably wouldn't do it. You know what I mean? Maybe I would race, but that's it. No. The Eridun second group that we did was cleric, enchanter, 4 mages. People get real upset. It's just a game. If you're not having fun, you're doing it wrong. That's all that matters. You're talking about on the 50 runs, Zero? Eridun was 38 hours and change. Agnar was 58 hours. Though 3 hours of that time. There were things on Agnar that slowed it down. We had one member of our group who was unable to get in for the first 5 to 6 hours on Agnar, so we got to level 5 and then just sat at the gates waiting for him to log in because we didn't want to level out of his EXP range, so that slowed us down. And then when my group went to sleep, I think I couldn't fall asleep. For whatever reason, I remember killing greens in lower Guck for a little bit, gaining just a like imperceptible amount of EXP. Yeah. So you could almost take like 8 hours out of that, but it was 58 hours. Lockjaw, I don't remember. The Lockjaw time is kind of weird because at 40 hours we stopped to kill Nagafin and Vox. And even on Agnar, before we hit 50, we killed Finnegal. As soon as we hit 46, I want to say, we called the Finnegal raid and killed him there. And then we went back and finished leveling, so some time went to that. But yeah, Eridun was 38 hours. That was a more finely tuned group. There have been EXP changes since some of the previous servers, so we benefited from that. And the Zem changes and everything. Then we did like an exhibition group on stream where it was like, you know, a few different people and stuff. And that was the 4 mage, 1 enchanter, 1 cleric group on Eridun. and that I want to say was like 23 hours and 50 something minutes when I hit 50. Yeah, I don't know if I can really do it like that anymore, at least for a few years. We'll see if I can convince my wife to be like, hey, I need to take 2 days off to play Everquest. You got the kid. I doubt it. We'll see. I'll have to be like on 99% baby duty for like the week before and the week after. Yeah, I do. I usually take at least 1 week off for a launch. Cello was 1 through 60, so that time is a little bit weird. I want to say Cello was only like 30 hours though. It had a really fast EXP rate. Dude, so my current wife, when Lockjaw launched, it launched on her birthday. And I told her when it was coming up, I was like, hey, I want you to know there's like this video game thing I'm doing. It only comes up every couple years, because back then, remember, TLPs were not annual. The last TLP before Lockjaw and Ragefire was Vulak in 2011, so it'd been like 3-4 years. I was like, yeah, this is really rare. It only happens every couple of years. So I would like to do it. I'm gonna do it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna be doing this. And I was like, I need you to understand that I'm gonna be playing it. I'm gonna be very dedicated for a while. I'm not sure, you know, if she really had an idea of like what I meant by that. And then the full 24-hour period, you know what I mean, went by. So, let's see. I think I could maybe taunt that guy through the wall. Remember, she was a girlfriend then, so she knew that, and she still went for the upgrade. Here's the very telling thing. On Lockjaw, she was just a girlfriend, right? And she was like, you know, just living normal life while I did the grind. On Agnar, she was in a static group for launch. Not my static group, but she was in a static group. And she was high enough level to make the server first raids. Probably not close enough here. You have to be really, really close for taunt. Oh, we got him. Look at this. Perfectly solo. Then on Cello, she graduated to being in my static group. When I was doing Agnar, I had a lot of friends, a lot of coworkers who had never played EQ before, but I had like regaled them with stories of my nerdiness. And when Agnar was coming out, when it was announced, I was like, hey, there's a new one coming out if you guys want to, like, you know, take some time off work. So like 6 of my real life friends who had never played EverQuest before put in leave, and they did the Agnar launch all in static groups. One of them was in my static group, and he went on to tank the server first Finny and server first Lady Vox on Agnar. Scarious Shadow redeemed local lore. All right, local lore. Black Burrow? Okay, I think we've done Black Burrow a few times. Scarious, I'm sure you've seen it before. But nevertheless, this used to be like the area called Ocean Green. The whole like Plains of Karana to Kanos region. And there was a bunch of different Null tribes around here. The humans slowly moved in and began like creating villages throughout the region. Conflict arose just because of, you know, the different races vying for the same land. And eventually they almost reached a peace agreement between the Nulls and the humans. And that's where we get like the whole Opala questline thing comes in. So with Opala, the humans of Kanos were about to have a peace accord with the Black Burrow Nulls. And Moltor, I forget his first name, but the guard captain at the time was one of the Moltor family. He went there And rather than signing the peace deal, he cut her hand off. That's why you get the Paw of Opala from Vin Moltor in the Kanos Catacombs. And you have to gather all her rings and bring them back, and boom, you get like, you complete the quest line. But because he did that, the peace efforts between the two groups fell apart forever. And Opala, the great shaman leader of the Sabertooths at that time, cursed him and his family forevermore. And that's why like the only living family members of the Moltor line are like literally like homeless bums in the sewers. Yeah, my coworkers were dope. Yeah, Deca, I'm in the Navy. At that time, I was in Japan. Whoa. No Mercy, thank you so much for the gifted sub. Your 12th gifted sub here. Hex, congrats, dude. Can I taunt through this wall? Seems like I cannot. That's exactly what I did not want to happen. We'll try to kill this guard really quick. 2, I do birthday parties. Oh, what do you mean for the lore stuff? No? Keebs, big Keebs back in the house, dude. Good to see you, man. It's been a long time. For those of you guys who don't know, Keebs is one of my buddies that I did the exhibition grind on Air with. Big Keebs hung tight as the cleric for 24 hours. Hext, thank you so much. Generosity is overflowing today. My favorite lore. Oof, man, that's tough. What is my favorite EQ lore? Zyathan gifting a sub to Big Keebs. Zyathan, you're crazy, up to 34 gifted subs. Keebs reacquiring his pimped out first badge. Keebs, I'm gonna get you the lore. I'm just trying to think of like what is actually my favorite EQ lore. Like, is it the Shisar? Is it the Combine Empire? Is it the Blood Sabers? Or Lower Guk? What are you playing lately, Keebs? I don't think I've really ever seen anything about it. Ooh. I love immersion. I was kind of disappointed when I came back to EQ after like the long break that everyone took after like Gates of Discord-ish time frame. I was sad to see that the Verona Vi server was not actually full of role players. Oh, we're gonna ding off this kill, folks. All right, guys, what do you prefer to hear? Like Shisar lore, Combine Empire lore, or the Sleeper? Which one would you most want to talk about? What is this crap? Sort of research page, rawhide sleeves. That's not the loot we want. Combine Empire. Oh, Keebs, it was your request. All right. I'm gonna stick with the Combine Empire lore that we have in the game circa like the golden era of the EQ, you know what I mean? I know it was further expanded in some of the really, really late content like the Buried Sea. I'm not gonna mess with any of that, or like the new Kunark expansion, it's not gonna mess with that. I'm just gonna go with like classic through Planes of Power, the lore as it was then. So the Combine Empire, right, was the predecessor nation to most of the organized empires that we see today. And the fall of the Combine Empire was a part of why we saw villages spread across Ocean Green, like we talked about before with the Gnolls. So the Combine Empire was this huge empire led by Tsaph Kata, T-S-A-P-H, space Kata, K-A-T-T-A. And true to their name, they were an empire with all the goodly races merged into it, right? So you had everybody in one big organization. It was said that they created the spires that we see dotting the landscape, which wizards can attune their magic to teleport to this day. Now, eventually, Tsaph Kata, being a good and wise ruler, very tolerant, wanted to expand the reach and the influence of the Combine Empire. The way that he saw that he could do this was to include more races, right? Now, which races had hereto been restricted from joining the Combine Empire? Well, it's simple. The Trolls, the Ogres, and the Dark Elves. So, Dark Elves being the most intelligent and civilized of these races, that was the choice. They were going to let the Dark Elves join the Combine Empire. However, one of his generals, a young Lord Inquisitor Saru, before he was the Lord Inquisitor, just General Saru, was a very devoted paladin of Nathaniel Marr, and this is like the classic Arthas kind of storyline from WoW, if you remember that. His like lawful good adherence made it impossible for him to reconcile the idea of including the Dark Elves in what was to him a holy and good empire. And he would stop at nothing to ensure that it would not come to fruition. This came into a head when Tsaph Kata was poisoned with the intention of killing him, so it couldn't happen. However, the Combine Loyalists were able to freeze Tsaph Kata in a permanent sort of stasis. So they couldn't cure him. They had not found a cure, but the poison was no longer able to run its course and kill him either. The war broke out between the Loyalists of Saru and the original Combine Empire, a huge civil war all across Antonica. The Loyalists began losing. At this time, they were led, I want to say they were led by one of Tsaph Kata's children. To this day, they're now led by his like great-great-great-granddaughter, Elsia Kata, on Luckland. But anyway, they were losing. So she reached out to her greatest wizard, the geomancer Grieg, and they said, hey, we need to find a way to escape the forces of Saru. So they found the huge spires in the Dreadlands, which you guys have seen. They're way bigger than any of the spires anywhere else in Norath. They went there, and Grieg, using magic that would only later be rediscovered by Alcabor himself, was able to transport the Loyalists of the original Combine Empire to Luckland. They pierced the veil, and they landed not where they expected to, which was they wanted to go on to the surface of Luckland, but they were drawn instead to this strange energy source known as the Nexus. So they landed there, boom. The settlers would go on to create Shadowhaven, pretty much right on that spot, to kind of control the Nexus area. But this was meant to be like a neutral point. These were people who were like, hey, we're going to put all the issues of the past behind us. This is just our new life. Shortly after that, Saru, not content just to have his foes escape, he wanted to see this finished all the way through, right? So he followed them up there with his whole army, not knowing that there was not a way back. So Elsia, well, it wasn't Elsia at the time, but the Kata forces fled to Kata Castellum, and Saru and his guys, for their part, didn't want to fight with all the people in Shadowhaven, so they created Sanctus Saru. And Saru did not want to just leave this on for other generations to finish the war, right? He wanted to personally be there to crush his enemies, right? And see that he was ultimately right in his kind of might makes right mentality. So he had his greatest wizards construct the arcs. He sits in a bubble of magic inside the arcs where time does not pass. So there he waits so that he can be there at the final conclusion of the war when he crushes Kata and all their forces. Even if it takes 100 years, 1,000 years, it doesn't matter to him. He intends to be there. But at the same time, he's a prisoner to his own desires, because if he leaves, he'll age and he won't be able to do it. So that's pretty much the story of the Combine Empire. The only remnants we see on Antonica of the Combine Empire are, of course, the gypsies, right, that wander around. They have a little bit of that Combine Empire heritage with them still, which is why the gypsies in North Karana sell Combine weapons. He never dropped the Sword of Truth. Anyway, Keeps, there you go. Combine Empire lore. I'm a big fan of the Combine Empire as well. What's going on, Casa? Some other artifacts of the Combine Empire still exist, but they're not explicitly stated to be remnants of the Combine Empire. I believe the runed bolster belt dropped by Lady Vox is an item from the Combine Empire. The Cloak of Flames might also be, but I'm not positive. I'm like a computer person, Deca. I don't want to, like, you know, reveal all my personal info. Oh, kill me. I need to look at what I have duck mapped to, because on TLP servers you can duck to cancel cast immediately. Nice. Are you still in, Deca? HM life, that's rough. The quotas have been very rough the last couple of years. These Rusty Spike shoulder pads are so rare. Ah, okay. There have been a few cycles here, Deca, where HM to HM like 1 or HMC has been like one person in the Navy. It's becoming a meme. Keeps, I don't think I do know much about the broken Druid rings. And I know the Druid rings are kind of a symbol of Tunair. I forget why, but the Druid rings for some reason are a symbol of Tunair. And that's why when we see the that old classic symbol with all the gods represented, the 9 pillars are the sign for Tunair. But I'm not positive like why there's ruined ones. The only thing I could guess would be that it is somehow related to the Relosian Empire, conquering everything and then even going so far as to go into the plane of Earth. Yeah, Sicarius, yep. If you go to Wrath Mountains, you can see a lot of evidence of, well, Lick Wrath and Wrath Mountains both have a lot of evidence of the Relosian Empire. There's those hands that stick out of the mountains. Those are said to be, the dead Wrath Council members who fell to Norath. And then Lick Wrath is supposed to literally be created by the falling tears of the Wrath Council when they saw their fallen comrades. Where do I level at? 40. Most likely lower Guck, 0. see if we can time this. 155, 73, go. All right. So if you move past a mob that would normally aggro you right after like the server tick, usually you don't get aggro. Helps you get out of sticky situations sometimes. Elite, what are these other guys? High Shaman and Elite Null Guard. I really don't want to deal with the High Shaman, I don't think. High Shaman is going to cast slow frequently. Honestly, I don't know much about City of Mist. Probably better off talking to Larry about the City of Mist. I think he's working on a video for it. Yeah, I do get Ghoulbane. 100% I will have a Ghoulbane when I walk into Lower Guck for sure. On my last Paladin, I soloed the Shinlord, but on Miracle, we could actually do the quest. Because last time I did this, it was like during Classic, so I didn't have access to the quest. But now I can actually do the quest for the Ghoulbane, which I think might be easier than camping the Shinlord. There's actually, I have a video I can link of me doing the Shinlord fight. It's like 8.5 minutes because he heals so much and pops lay on hands and stuff. Yeah, just killed that level 51 high elf. Right. I mean, the question is just, does he summon? If he doesn't summon, we could do it. With maxed range and infinite arrows, could I beat his regen rate? Here comes an ad, maybe? No? Wow. Could I beat his regen if he doesn't summon? If I can beat his regen, technically we can kill him. Go there with good faction, just kite him around the whatever vendor sells arrows and fell with. I'm gonna enjoy getting J-Boots on this server. When we camp Haddon to do the turn-in, we'll probably have Brother Z pop with a robe just to taunt me for all the years I camped him as a monk. Ooh, man, I'm excited, man. Getting into like that level 30 range where I can go do the Pegasus Feather Cloak and my J-Boots. It's gonna be nice. Get my Midnight Mallets. I've never tried it, Casa. I'm not positive if it works or not. Yeah, man, getting the Ghoulbane felt incredible. I was like, I'm a real Paladin now. Yeah, I'll definitely go South Row for the boots because the Ocean of Tears guy is gonna be harder. South Row is like a worse camp, but it'll be a lot better than Air Dune, where I had like all the wizards and everyone else trying to compete with me for it. I'm assuming I can go to South Row. It'll be like empty, and I'll just be able to find his pH cycle because there's like 1 or 2 like very unique mobs on the pH cycle, and then once I get that, no other mobs in the zone will be dying. I'll be able to run around and like just. There's only like a few spots where they'll pop up, be able to do it. You can also get the Blackened Iron Helmet from that Narissa Cloth Spinner quest. Or maybe not Narissa, her sister. Her sister hangs out near High Pass in East Karana. You could do it there. By the way, what's up, Chinchilla? You know what? I don't have to go this way. I can just go this way. I'm not specifically seeking them. If I get one, I'll use it though. I guess like the only one I'm thinking of that I'll really run into on my route is Black and Iron Medallion or Black and Ally Medallion. I assume at some point I'll be taunt pulling Lord Picklot to the zone line. Him in Battle Lord Palak. I'm apprehensive with Picklaw Goblins, so I can taunt pull them. Yeah. I'd have to see what other ones. I mean, I guess improved damage. ID3, or I wouldn't need ID3. ID2 would be good for me, because it would work on my undead nukes, right? Time to look up ID2. Quest in Wrath Mountains. I'm not sure which quest. Are we talking about the Soul Row armor quest? I can't do it because I can't enchant platinum bars, which you need for every piece of the Soul Row armor for paladins. Let's see, items with ID2. It's like almost all stuff you would never come across, like Defiant crap. Some gear from Takish's that I'll never see. It looks like I will not get improved damage 2 on this run. Polished Mithril Mask. Psych. ID1 only goes up to max level 20, so it's basically like useless by default. And the only item I would run into that has it on this run would be Azure Sleeves. Yeah, I'd like to do it. You know what? You can't, is it just silver where you can like combine the spell with the item to enchant it without actually casting it? Let's probably respawn back here now. Ooh, dark blue guard. That sucks. If it was platinum, that'd be dope. All right. A null con taunt. Sir, I will fight you solo. Thank you. Well, folks, we still have a good amount of time left in the stream, but something to start thinking about. Friday's stream, we might hit level 20. We have to come up with a surname. The original Paladin went with the surname Deathless. Yeah, Black and Iron, you know, the armor sucks, to be honest. It's like worse than Banded. I think it's strictly worse than Banded armor, but it looks awesome. Deathlots, rip. You hurt me, Sicarius, you hurt me. I should do like no die please. One up, yeah. Zaide Paladin, new game plus. You know, I could have taken that level 42 Paladin of mine and just sat in Firat and killed one Spectre over and over and over again all the way to 50. It would have worked. We would not have had pretty much any chance of dying. No thanks for life. I wish there were better EXP here. Man, another elite over there, that sucks. Phoenix Down, that's actually a really good one. You know what, Phoenix Down is a really good guild name. I bet you that's taken. I don't like that Everquest won't let you create a guild if it's created on any of the other servers. I mean, like, I get back in the day. But guys, we're approaching 22 years here. Something like that, SP Jones. Solo self-found hardcore. So I'm solo, I never group. Self-found means all the items I get have to be quested by me, crafted by me, or looted from mobs that I have soloed by myself. And then hardcore, of course, I delete my character if I die. I don't accept buffs. I don't trade or sell or buy things from players ever. Oh, that's not great timing. Right, Keeves. They'll tell you they can't change guild names too, but that's a lie. On Lockjaw, Floodwolf, good old Bloodwolf, logged in and changed our guild name from Faceless Guild to Faceless Insanity. All we had to do was ask really nicely. This is on TLP, which is a variant of live. Time-locked progression server. Dude, Fashion Quest is real. Especially on a bard, you know? But when you can get that Lambent and be Mega Man. I think Lambent armor was the first armor I saw in Everquest where I was like, wow, that's amazing. Lambent is probably the reason I made a bard, now that I think of it. The first time you see a bard in full Lambent and EQ is like a magical moment in your life. What was that blue blur that just ran past me? Yeah, armor dyes being so common, kind of just like, oh, everyone's got black armor now. Crafted armor does look good, that baby blue. You know what they should do? They should go back and add Monk and Druid quests to Soul Row. Soul Row Temple doesn't have any quests for monks or druids. In the RPG books, they add the quests. There's a Robe of the Great Panda for monks. I remember seeing the warriors in the EC tunnel with their full cobalt and their lightsabers. Resisted. What server is that, Zero? You know what armor also looks really good? Gnome skin armor. That was like the one color that you couldn't get with tint no matter how you tried. That pure inky black. Clumsy's World. You know, I heard somebody mention that on like the subreddit, I think, the EQ subreddit a couple days ago. Maybe it does. Robe of the Great Panda. Stonebrint Mountains. Yang Yin. Yep. I don't know why anyone would want to wear a 9 AC chest slot from a level 44 mob, though. It sucks, man. Stonebrint Mountains are so cool, but they just sort of miss the mark just a little bit on that content. I am a male dwarf. Ah, okay. There have been a lot of really good, like, emulated servers that just kind of, you know, vanished one day. This is like your grandpa, the dwarf. Yeah, definitely Zero. I've mostly had really good experiences on P99, but I know other people have not had the same. I'm gonna pull up the stats for the Soul Road Temple one and see what it is. All right, folks, what do we think? Is this the commander that sets us free? Okay, so the Druid quest in the RPG guide is for Forest Woven Armor. Let's check out the stats. This hide armor is made of hide, bark, pine needles, and stone. Its toughness and magical enhancements are stronger than its rudimentary construction would suggest, but these materials also make it quite bulky. The armor itself is highly resistant to fire, and it transfers the protection to its wearer. As a curious side effect, the armor causes blooming plants in a 10-foot radius to flower and turn toward the wearer while she is in their presence, as they would otherwise bend toward the sun. When worn by a druid, this armor is the equivalent of +2 hide armor, which basically means it's like leather armor with +2 AC. With the spell resistance fire 17 quality, so 17 fire resist. And it has clicky tree form. And you eat 1/7 the amount of food you would normally eat as long as you get 1 hour of sunlight per day. Photosynthesis. Alright, run, run, run. Oh yeah, my buffs are all gone. Look at me being a baddie. I'll rebuff after this calm. Just another Null Fang. Holy armor. Right, I've only been low level. Sir, I've got a level 46 Necromancer. But yeah, I mean, you know, that's just a product of a zero-sum mentality. Like, there's a finite resource and you can have it or I can have it. We can't both have it. Keebs used to grief me back in the day all the time when I was a teenager, and look, we're buddies now. LOL. Yeah, you're supposed to maintain food and drink at all times, or starve to death in the D&D. Keebs once kill-stole my dragon, and I got it on video, back when it was against the rules to DPS race. Dude, I love the EQ RPG. Yeah, were you not in VP for that raid, Keebs? I mean, there's a chance that you weren't there. Silverwing's pet, you don't remember that? Good old times. Alright, another elite guard. Okay. Everyone on that raid got suspended. Nice. Yeah, the books can be hard to come by. Okay, sorry, I was wrong about the monk robe, by the way. The monk quest is for the wave robe. This long, hoodless robe weighs almost nothing and hangs lightly on the wearer's body. The fabric of the robe seems to shift and toss silently while worn, and the robe sparkles in the sun like a gently rolling ocean. The cloth is cool to the touch, regardless of the surrounding temperature, but it still keeps the wearer warm in the bitterest of cold conditions. When worn by a monk, this robe encumbers as raw silk armor, but otherwise functions as a +1 chain shirt with a light fortification quality. Such a wearer may also invoke a power identical to the spell Quickness once per day. Clicky Haste. The robe also grants the monk a process proc, DC 21, the power of the waves effect with his unarmed attacks. Up to once per round on a successful melee attack, the proc deals 3d10 points of damage, so up to 30 damage, which is a lot in the context of this game, to creatures made of stone or metal, or 1d10 damage to any stone or metal armor worn by the creature struck. Finally, a monk wearer gains a +5 bonus to all safe fall checks. Whoa, no mercy. Yeah, it's expensive. Akanon. We could do Steam Font. I don't know a whole lot about Steam Font, I don't think, but we can give it a go. The Steam Font Mountains. So the big things I know about Steam Font are basically all surrounding Meldrath. Legend states that when Meldrath the Malignant was born, he was part of a conjoined twin. One twin was incredibly happy all the time, and one was always angry. You can guess which one Meldrath was. So eventually, who got hit? Jezzy. Sorry, Jezzy. You can repost whatever it was that got you hit by the auto mod, Jezzy. Sinji, thanks for the follow. Sorry, Nomi, or No Mercy, I'll get back to you in 1 second here. Oh, wow. I didn't know the old EOE website redirects to that video. That's cool. It's good to know that the EOE website redirects to my YouTube account. I appreciate the views. All right, so Meldrath the Malignant was part of a conjoined twin, right? His mother was asking for a way to separate them. So eventually they split the two conjoined twins. This is where it gets kind of stupid. The nice twin was so lighthearted that he literally floated away. For his part, Meldrath bit the person who saved him and fled angrily into the Steamfont Mountains. He hates the city of Aknon and swears revenge upon the gnomes for some perceived slight. He creates the Fortress Mechanitus, and there he works with the Minotaurs and his mechanical creatures to one day overthrow Aknon. Now, we see his dungeon way later in Everquest in the Secrets of Fadewar expansion, right? Secrets of Fadewar? Where he's kind of like a mid-level raid before you get access to Crystallos. Am I saying this right? Is it Crystallos? I think it's Crystallos. It's the same expansion where you fight Kara from the Awakened. But originally, his dungeon was supposed to exist in Classic EQ off the side of Steamfont Mountains where the Minotaur Caves are. He was supposed to have a whole dungeon around like the Black Burrow Crushbone level range, which gnomes would be able to use. It's all designed on paper, it was just never actually produced in game. Yep. If you can get your hands on an original Everquest design document, you'll be able to see it. Whoa, No Mercy. Thank you for the gifted sub. If only we knew. I think this is my next spawn right here. I should meditate. Man, we're flying with this EXP right now. Halfway to 17. And we're not even trying to grind. I was trying to see if I had any books over there that would have like a quick additional snippet on Steamfont, but I don't think I do. Not one that I could locate really quickly here. All right, Null Commander. We probably have one more Null Commander spawn available to us this stream. All about the Paladin. Ooblies, we have to finish it. Can't accept a loss. It'd be awesome if this guy dropped the shoulders that we need. Oh no. This was the song that was playing when my original Paladin died, I think. Zaide, you've seen the clip a bunch of times. Is it? Am I crazy? Right. No losing this time. Oh, wait. Oh, not even the good one. Yeah, it is. You could tell it hit me deep. I recognized the song that played during that moment. I'll show you a rip. Right, yeah. No Mercy, I think we go purple. We do the purple club like 3 or 4 times in that that run. And a lot of them are way later, like level 20 plus purple clubs. It was crazy. You can watch the clips here, I think, if you do purple. Purple. Boom. Yeah, there's 2 clips there of me hitting the purple club. Dude, I was so crazy on that Paladin. We went to Payneal and farmed guards. Just straight up in the evilest city in Norath. The lone Paladin. We have those 2 on stream there. Some of the earlier ones were like lower level, so it almost doesn't count, you know what I mean? Because you kind of purple easily before level 10. But that one is like, I got backstabbed for like 100 and something damage. I think I had just rooted a mob, and I started backing away from him to heal as he backstabbed me. I popped up before he got his next round, and I was able to use LOH. Right? They might be early 20s. I don't really look forward to going and fixing my faction with my Nuga on this character. That takes forever. Some people might say yes, No Mercy. I actually picked the Paladin because I thought it would be the weakest class that you could realistically do. Like, survivability-wise, you gotta look at Monk, Necro, Shadow Knight all have Feign Death, right? So they shouldn't really die once they get to the level where they can use those abilities. Cleric, definitely more survivable than a Paladin. Cleric, just an overall stronger option than Paladin. Anything with the movement speed increase, so Shaman, Druid, Ranger, Beast Lord, all stronger, more survivable than Paladins. Anything with a pet, better than a Paladin. Basically, the only things I think are worse than Paladins would be Warrior and Rogue. You could make a case for Monk. The Warrior is like just simply a mathematics problem, right? Like you look at the mob and you're just like, okay, either auto attack gets us there or it doesn't. Oh, yeah, time is up. K9 Carter, I have to go, but I'm interested in what you disagree with. I want to hear your opinion here. Yeah, I agree. The best would be Necromancer. Low res, definitely. If by best you mean like strongest, easiest. Yeah, I think Friday I'll still be able to do this time slot, but after that we're gonna be going to like a more late night one, and I'll probably be able to, I might be able to squeeze in some extra time. Thanks for coming by, Keebs, man. It's been a blast seeing you again. Probably something like 8 or 8:30 start time Eastern, and a whenever I get too tired to keep playing end time. This is a decent spot to camp out. Oh no. All right, guys, I gotta bounce. We're gonna wrap it up here. We're gonna do a raid before we go, so stick around for that really quick. And as always, thanks for coming by. I had a great time tonight. Look forward to seeing you folks again on Friday, 5 p.m. Eastern. All right, we're raiding El Jefe. Look, it's our old Beast Lord. Delete. All right, raid time. Let's go.